Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Now today's video I'm going to be talking about Crystal Palace versus Luton and how important this game is for Luton, because with the amount of injuries we've got, where we are currently in the Premier League table, the gap between us and the next team above us, it's going to get worse if we carry on losing. I would imagine confidence isn't too high in the dressing room, and it's probably Rob Edwards' task this week in just getting them motivated and getting them, believing in themselves that they can actually do it. That's probably the hardest thing I think Rob Edwards has got to do this week, because I feel like on paper we can match teams, we can beat teams at this level. But when you lose 4 or 5 games in a row, I know some of them were against really good teams, but one of them in particular was against Sheffield United, which on paper we should have done better. We should have won really, especially with how this season's got on. The boys are going to be low in confidence, and it's about getting them motivated, getting them ready, and making sure that they can put in a decent performance against Palace. Unfortunately, Palace sacked Roy Hodgson at the wrong time for us, because they've still got this new manager bounce. Obviously he's come in, he's managed to get a win under his belt, which is really good, which gives them a lot of confidence and be really positive. For about an hour they were good against Tottenham, being ahead, but then unfortunately the last half hour of the match kind of folded a little bit, and then Tottenham with the crowd managed to get the win, and it looked more convincing in the end for them. Palace for me are there for the taking. I don't think Palace are fully, they're fully strengthened either, like us. But we've just got to turn up. We've got to turn up. We've got to put in a performance in, and we can't afford to lose. Even a point away from home is something. It is a massive game. Some may say it's going to be a 6-pointer. I can't just express it enough how important it is. The more we lose, the worse it will get. And if we want to stay up in the Premier League, you've got to beat teams around you in the table. Something which we quite haven't done properly or consistently throughout the season. When we played against Burnley and Sheffield United, we've lost both times against them. And then we've beaten, Sheffield United at their place. We've beaten Palace. So we need to be more consistent at beating teams around us in the Premier League table, and we're gonna play more teams around us in the Premier League table from now until the end of the season. So this is a massive opportunity, it really is. Forget about the point deductions. We need to just take each game as it comes and making sure that we get something from it and not get beaten by teams around us in the table. I can't express how important it is on Saturday. Of course we are very injury hit, and players that actually are very important to the way we like to play are not in the team. Elijah Adebayo, Lokonga, Amari Bell, without them it becomes a little bit more challenging, but then it gives an opportunity for other players to step up and and perform. You've got then Hashi, who got thrown straight in at Villa obviously and had a great game in that left-sided centre-back role. I can imagine he's probably gonna play against Crystal Palace. He's probably been thrown in a bit too quickly, probably for Rob Edwards' liking, but it's just time to step up now. We're in business end of the season. Results, hurt twice as much. They feel twice as good when you get them. It's just is what it is. This is what we've signed up for in the Premier League, and hopefully this is what we can enjoy next season. If not, it's going to be Championship football, and we're going to miss a few of these players who have done extremely well this year for us. But we don't want to talk about that just yet. We need to be talking about winning on Saturday and trying to beat Palace. Palace sacked their manager at the wrong time for me and Roy Hodgson. I felt under Roy Hodgson we would have won quite convincingly, but under their new manager they've got a win under their belt, got some confidence in. They've done well against Tottenham for an hour, but then towards the end kind of folded, and the scoreline probably wasn't a true scoreline on how the game went. So they've got a bit of confidence there. They're not fully, strong themselves. They've still got certain players out injured who I think have a massive impact in their squads, especially with players like Elise. Eze slowly getting back to his very best. I know he played against Tottenham, so you don't want someone like him, dictating the game, because he can, on his day, can tear anyone apart. So I'm a bit worried about what he can potentially do. But yeah, I feel like now I'm just in the mindset of whatever happens, happens now. I know the boys are trying their best. I know they're doing extremely well. But with the amount of players we've got, if we're going to carry on playing this way, then I guess so be it. I don't think anyone expected us to get this amount of injuries at this point in the season, but there's not much you can potentially do really. But you know, just gives an opportunity for players to step up. I think the starting 11 will be, you know, Kaminsky in goal. I think he may continue playing Kapore at right wing back. I think the three centre halves are going to be obviously Riesberg, Menji and Hashi. Left sided wing back will be Alfie Doughty, and then in the midfield it will be probably Clark and Barkley, and then up top Chong, Morris, Townsend potentially. I can see that happening, or Chio maybe in the side. I don't think Rob Edwards has too many headaches for this week, considering he hasn't got much to choose from, but I really hope Luton can get something. I really do. Let me know down in the comment section on what you think Luton could potentially do in this game against Palace. For me, it's just a must not lose game. We need something. It's massive. If we don't get something, then it's going to be tough. We've got Bournemouth next, you know, Forest next. Tough, but this is what we signed up for. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, and yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, Luton can get something from the game.